Okay, this other song I'm a cappella singing. It's supposed to have really awesome accompaniment, but I don't know anybody who can play the song. So it's Goodnight Demon Slayer by Voltaire, one of my favorite artists, and my favorite song. Alright, wish me luck. There's a monster that lives beneath your bed. Oh, for crying out loud. It's a futon on the floor. He must be flat as a board. There's a creature that lurks behind the door. Though I've checked there 15 times, when I leave then he arrives every night. Tell the monster that lives beneath your bed to go somewhere else instead, or you'll kick him in the head. Tell the creature that lurks behind the door, if he knows what's good, he won't come here no more, 'cause you're kicking his butt at the count of 4. Good night, Demon Slayer, good night. Now it's time to close your tired eyes. There's devils to slay and dragons to ride. If they see you coming, hell, they better hide. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, my little slayer, good night. Tell the monster that eats children that you taste bad, and you're sure you'd be the worst he's ever had. If he eats you, don't you fret, just cut him open with an axe. Don't regret it, he deserved it, he's a cad. Tell the harpies that land on your bedpost that come 10 of 5, you'll roast them alive. Tell the devil it's time you gave him his due. He should go back to hell, he should shake in his shoes, 'cause the mightiest, scariest creature is you. Good night, Demon Slayer, good night. Now it's time to close your tired eyes. There's devils to slay and dragons to ride. If they see you coming, hell, they better hide. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, my little slayer, good night. I won't sell you, there's nothing beneath your bed. I won't sell you that it's all in your head. This world of ours is not as it seems. The monsters are real, but they're not in your dreams. Learn what you can from the beasts you defeat. You'll need it for some of the people you'll meet. Good night, Demon Slayer, good night. Now it's time to close your tired eyes. There's devils to slay and dragons to ride. If they see you coming, hell, they better hide. Good night, good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Good night.
Hello. Hi. I'm Gabby, and I have a few poems to read. So, yeah. The first one's called Rose. Delicate petals, drip, drip. Water sliding off its smooth petals. Rain spat from the ominous sky. Not a pretty day, one might say. Most stayed indoors, except for the flower. Never touched by human hands, its rosy cheeks, long narrow stem, the sight of beauty, disaster. Crushed under the foot of a neglectful person. It lay conscious, barely breathing, punctured into the grass, wanting to rise, to see all, and where all are seen. No one notices little lives are taken every day as this rose passes away. The second one's called I Watch. The cars speed by, lightning on pavement. Whoosh, I watch. Sitting on the cold metal bench, goosebumps running down my spine, the sky waters the city, sending a refreshing break to a sunny day. It swam down my face. I watch. The lights appear like a trophy case you can touch. I watch. I see people speed by me, blurs of motion. I don't move, I watch. Watching is what life is, seeing things you don't want to see, or beautiful things like a baby bird in a tree. Seeing what you want, or seeing what's there, it's not a choice, it's reality. I watch. That's my second one. Okay. My next one's called A Flower Blew in the Wind. Creak, creak, the swings swayed on a windy day, and the grass is where I laid. The grass hugged my legs, not wanting to let go, so relaxing and refreshing. I didn't want to move until the end of this cozy day in June. The grass beat against my legs, it whipped and it thrashed. The wind blew stronger, pushing me from left to right. It was dark, maybe even night. I guess I dozed off a bit. I looked over to my house. Thank God the lights were still lit. I didn't know how long this has been going on. 25 minutes. That seemed way too long. I jumped to my feet, startled, as a tree fell 20 feet from me. The sheets whipped in the wind and rain. Must be a hurricane. I rushed inside as leaves blew in all directions. Left to right, they were in a combat, or a fight. I had to get inside before I blew with them, flying around my yard, then down the street and the green. Good thing I was already inside my screen. Closing the door shut, locked the noise from my ears. When I came out the next day, all that was standing was one flower, blowing merrily in the wind. Its petals sparkled in the sun from the night shower. Everything was in ruins, like a battlefield. The flower was in the grass's arms, protected and sealed. And my last one is called Fireworks. On New Year's Eve, it's a wonderful sight, especially at midnight. Crowds gather, the many manifestations of men and women, standing, sitting, on shoulders, on knees, laying under trees. Blankets spread out, warmth against the cool grass. Couples, children, and friends come to watch a tradition that never ends. Whistling rockets light up the sky, bursts of sound and color, making babies and dogs cry. A portrait, a painting, a work of art, colorful stars, a maze of pigments, fireworks. Woo!